Hamburger. Yo, what's going on, everyone? I know it took a little bit longer for me to get this stream up. It's just I shut down the computer, I restarted it, I closed out some tabs. I was just doing, you know, I was doing a little bit more. I just didn't instantly start it back up again. Hamburger. Yeah. Yeah. If this shit crashes again, I'm done. I am donezo. If this shit crashes again, Again? Hey, give me a pizza with nothing on it. Nothing? Alright, now I'm just saying shit. Now I just be saying shit. Fourth time the charm. You know what I'm saying? Fourth time the charm. Fourth time is indeed the charm. Also, welcome in, everyone, if you're coming in. Person, I hope it doesn't crash again. Shit, if it does crash again, that's it. Maybe I'll just talk about, like... God, I mean, like, if it crashes again within, like, 30 minutes, I'm probably just going to do, like, the discussion about Tigrex versus Gammoth at another date. Not have it be a whole stream, but, like, we can go over it on, like, probably, like, another Monday just talking stream. And just, like, talk about it for, like, an hour or so. Are you going to try Monster Hunter Stories 3? Well, person, did you know about the news? Did you hear the news? Person, did you hear the news? Because I'm sorry. No? Oh my goodness. Well, Art paid 900 smackaroos for my PC. And it is currently, from my understanding, being shipped out. However, Art said that he would be willing to do it, right? Paid the $900 if I played Stories 3 on stream and beat it. On stream. Beat it on stream. So to answer your question, am I going to try Monster Hunter Stories 3? Yes. I'm going to try it. I'm going to play it. And I'm going to beat it. All on stream. When will that be on stream? I don't know. It will definitely be after I get my new PC. Because as you've seen from, like, literally right fucking now. We literally just crashed 3 times. So... definitely gonna wait to do the stories thing until I get the PC. And I start moving and schmoving with that new PC. Which, when is that? Probably gonna be in like 2 weeks if I had to guess. But, yeah. Moving and schmoving. Yeah, baby. Yeah, moolah, baby. I currently have almost 20 of my monsters at the highest level that they can possibly be at. Cool. That's pretty cool. Wow, there's like almost no one here in stream. Did I take too long to, like, get the stream going back up again? Or are people just kind of, like, tired? Or do people think that I wasn't gonna do it again? I let everyone know that, like, I was gonna do one more stream if the last stream crashed. I guess I'll just wait a little bit. I'll wait another few minutes, see if people come in. Put that shit up, put that shit down. You know, really do it for the host. Out of curiosity, is Tiger alive? If I do Eru Tucker Tiger. My look at you. Hey, back in the house, boy. Nod went back. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. There doesn't seem to be many people in the stream currently right now, so we're just waiting a few minutes, see if we get some people back in here. And if we can, we're going to continue talking. You know what? Actually, I might as well continue talking now. So basically, we talked about a veteran monster that has experienced it, that is experienced in combat, has most likely fought in, encountered, or killed. I said at least. I would say killed max a dozen or so Tigrexes in her lifetime. Valstrax versus Nergigante. That is definitely a fucking matchup. I'm not sure. Maybe Valstrax. Perhaps Valstrax. Okay, let's talk about her defense. Great defense in the form of a large body and thick muscle. Can pick up a normal Tigrex with her trunk and slam him down far away from her with little effort. There you go. Hey, look, so that's why there's barely any views. Why? Oh, yeah, probably. Or error? What's going on? Cannot pick it up? If Agnactor returns in the expansion for Wilds, I hope they will be a cutscene or a mechanic where you mount a Cantor, and when it starts burrowing, digging, you go through the lava in the process. That shit wouldn't make sense. I get what you're saying, and that would be cool. That'd be very anime, but I don't think they would do that. But it would be cool. If you mean the cutscene, that doesn't count as picking Tigrex up. Oh, more like grab. I'm sorry. Yeah, picking up. No, probably not picking up, but grab. Can grab a normal Tigrex with her trunk and slam him down far away from her with little effort. Yeah. What's your favorite variant? Deviants are basically potentially Frostfang. The Tusk are a weakness, by the way. How are they a weakness? A weakness? Like a weakness. How are the Tusk a weakness? She uses the Tusk to like attack and shit. Do I explain it? I guess explain it. You know, we're all, there's only a few of us here now. After 3 crashes, there's only a few of us here. Might as well. While we're just like here, just kind of relaxing and chillaxing. Plum Demio Hermitar is my favorite variant. Wait, isn't Demio Hermitar or Plum? Isn't Plum subspecies? Is Plum a variant? Am I tweaking? Actually, I think I. Oh no, I am. Wait, no, am I? What? No, wait. No, Plum's a. I burned my tongue, by the way. Did it crash? Yeah, the stream crashed for a 3rd time. This is the last stream. If it crashes again, no more streams. Plum is a subspecies, not a variant. By the way, let me, continue playing this. No, my thing is lagging. Oh, that might just be you then. Since Agnactor covers itself in molten lava that then cools off and hardens, imagine if the lava could harden while someone is melting it, causing them to get stuck on its back. That'd be fun. That's a funny thought. So in real elephant, the tusks come out of the skull, but in Gammoth they come out of the jaw. So the tusks are only as strong as the jaw itself. But that's not a weakness. Which it probably can't take many blows or lift too much weight. Well, no, most likely male Gammoths still probably, like, actively, like, how Diablos, like, hunt each other. Or not hunt each other, but, like for dominance and stuff. The tusks are probably used a lot in its life. That's why you see, like, wear and tear here. Like, wear and stuff. The tusks are used, like, a lot in its life. And if it was, like, weak, then I would see them, like, probably, like, getting, like, broken, like, tusk, like, way more. Does that make sense? Elderfrost is called Silver Ridge in Japanese. You'll find more videos that way. Okay. It is a weakness because Tigrex could easily break Gammoth's jaw. Break Gammoth's jaw? I mean, sure, I think Molten Tigrex could do that, sure. But this whole front area is the no-no zone. You don't want to attack Gammoth up here. Gammoth has full range of motion up here. You don't want to actively go head-to-head. I don't think the jaw is stupidly strong. But, like... I wouldn't say this is a weakness. I wouldn't say it's a weakness. Like, it's a specific weakness. I wouldn't say that. That's like saying the Carcos's, like, tentacles are a weakness because they're thinner than its main body, and it's not as protected as its main body. Therefore, it's a weakness. And it's like biting off the tentacle is a weakness. It's like, it's not a weakness. It's just that, like, it's not as defended as the other parts of its body. But I wouldn't specifically call it a weakness necessarily. Gammy literally stabs the ground with them, then drags the tusks through the ice. I just don't think that these tusks are a weakness. They're not a weakness. Okay, you think Gammoth can stop an attack? Can stop an attack from Tigrex with its jaw. Wait, are you saying like wait, the Tigrex jaw or the Gammoth? No, you're saying Gammoth's jaw. So if okay, hold on here. So like right here, the jaw, right? Can Tigrex stop a bite? Or no, you just said an attack. Like attack right here. Yeah. I mean, if Tigrex like it literally hits right here, it's like protected by the crest and potentially Gammoth just like either like facing like yeah, like if like technically like if like something were to attack her chin like right here, sure. But, like, that is almost never going to happen. And that's like saying Rathian, like, it was like, if it's like, it's like Glavenus versus Rathian, or Rathalos. It's like, did you know the tail's a weakness? Because Glavenus could cut the tail off. It's like, no, it's, no. Can you show when she roars at the start? No, I know it's part of her jaw. It's one of her teeth. It's one of her, it's like over here. Hold on. I know, but it's not, like, the teeth by themselves are not, like, weak because the jaw isn't necessarily strong. Does that make sense? Like, I know. It's actually, like, the molars or some shit, like, back here. Right? But, like, this is here for a reason. Do you think Gammoth would, like, evolutionary grow bigger, like, basically teeth, if I'm being honest? If they were weak? I just don't think they're a weak point. You could say that the jaw isn't necessarily strong, but the tusk themselves, like these, I wouldn't say they're weak. In what way do they help her? Potentially grabbing onto something. More force. Extra leverage. Technically a form of defense. If like something were to like hit her, she can like try to block it with her tusk. It keeps a monster at range from hitting her. Like, if you want to say that they wouldn't actually be like that devastating in a fight, I guess you could say that. But I wouldn't call it a weakness. But again, like, I just could, again, like if you want to say like it doesn't have any like particular strengths, I could see that. But calling it a like literal weakness, I wouldn't think that's the case. Because even these things themselves are huge. Like, for reference, when Tigrex tried to bite onto Gammoth, like, right here. Of course, this is Elderfrost, right? Tigrex tried to bite onto Gammoth's face right here. Did nothing. You're telling me this thick-ass, big-ass, thick-ass tusk right here is just brittle? No, it's like the same, it's like the same shit. It's not a weakness. I'm not going to call it a weakness. But if she gets a Tigrex between the trunk and the tusk, I don't see her lifting that without breaking her jaw. So like so you're saying like if I'm trying to like pause like at the right second. So like if you're saying like right here, if like Tigrex was like right here biting the jaw and stuff, you're saying I don't see how like Gammoth, like how the tusk would help Gammoth and stuff, right? And like how like she would need to like use her trunk to like try to grab the Tigrex and like pull him off her. Right? Again, you could talk about like weaknesses in the sense of like weak areas, but the tusk themselves are not weak. I'm sorry, I just can't accept that. No. I just cannot accept that. But you say the tusk are a weakness. I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that they're weak, right? But like the tusk are not like a weakness. They're a part of her. They're a tool. They're something she uses a lot. The tusk aren't there to be able to tank a lot. They use the tusk a ton. Again, like, do I think, like, her main big-ass body is, like, more durable than, like, her tusk? Yeah, because it's bigger and it's probably more fortified than just the tusk, sure. But that doesn't make the tusks themselves a weakness. I guess I didn't express myself properly. Yeah, because you're saying the tusk in relation to the jaw, right? And I could see that, right? I could see what you're talking about. But your first statement of the tusk are a weakness, I just don't agree with that. By the way, Diablo's heavy bowgun is goated in like every game. I love that bowgun. That's the bowgun I used to kill Xeno'jiiva in base world. To be fair though, I didn't use that much of the pierce. Actually, never mind, I did. So other strengths, let's see. I have like really armored, good defense. Oh, strong enough to break the ground by just like stomping. Like she regularly does that. Like she regularly just like stomps the ground, just shatters the ground underneath her. Just by stomping can break and shatter the ground. But enough force could break, but enough force to the tusk could break the jaw. Yeah, probably. But again, that's not so much of a weakness, more of like something was strong enough to fucking do that. Right? By something the ground can break and shatter the ground. Would we say that Gammoth is intelligent? See, here's the difference, right? Here's the difference that I'm willing to give Gammoth and not someone like Tigrex. Gammoth actually like grabs the snow and then like aims it towards you and throws it at you. Right? That's actually using snow and stuff, right? She gets the snow in her trunk and she blows it at you to like cover you in snow. That's intelligent. Tigrex just like hitting the ground hard enough to like throw like through the forest to like boulders at you isn't the same thing. I just want to capitalize in being weaker than a regular elephant. Oh, okay, then yeah. But I wouldn't call it a weakness necessarily. I have to go, but I'll most likely be back. Okay, person, bye-bye. Hopefully the stream is still up. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash. Couldn't Gammoth just pick up a Tigrex with her trunk? Gammoth could probably support the weight of a Tigrex. Like if Gammoth like just like grabbed a Tigrex with her like thing and like scooped him up with her tusk, she could probably just like hold the Tigrex right there. But like straight up pick an entire Tigrex up with just like her trunk, most likely not. Elderfrost with a normal Tigrex, maybe. Maybe. At least that's a better case scenario. But like regular Gammoth, probably not purely on like tusk alone. I mean, trunk alone. Elephants are somehow the most intelligent animals that we know of. I thought like, isn't it like a tie, or it's like really close between orcas and like elephants? And by approximate, like, certain primates that learn, because they have the capacity to learn certain language. But like elephants are like literally like probably one of, and arguably the smartest animal. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. Because orcas are pretty damn smart. Orcas are like, they are deceptively smart for being such a large apex monster. Or animal, I'm sorry. And mammals are just brain maxing. They do be brain maxing. I say that. Some humans, though, don't brain max. It's unfortunate. But, yeah. Are we all completely fine with just calling just, like, Gammoth, like, intelligent? Well, intelligent might be a little crazy, right? But at the very least, smart. At the extreme, like, very least, smart. Especially Elderfrost. Especially Elderfrost. Elderfrost is literally a veteran who's been in the game. And like literally and like I guess like figuratively in the game. Elderfrost specifically is intelligent. You know what? I'm actually fine with calling Elderfrost specifically intelligent. I'm actually completely okay with that. Does anyone disagree? Does anyone disagree? Because again, like when I say like smart and intelligent, like again, compare Tigrex to a Gammoth. Right? Compare Tigrex to a Gammoth. I'm putting my money in terms of like brain power. I'm putting my money on Gammoth. I played these games before. I disagree. Really, Nidewin. Why do you disagree that Gammoth or specifically Elderfrost is not intelligent? And as you say that, I'm gonna put into my notes right here that Elderfrost is intelligent. Is an intelligent monster. Elephants, orcas, crows, parrots are all debatably the smartest non-human animals. I'm in university for psychology. Cool. Yeah, how that is true. Crows and parrots are also smart. I guess it kind of depends on like what you look for when it comes to like purely intelligence. In terms of identifying weaknesses, which of these two are better? Are you talking about like a Gammoth and a Tigrex in general, or are you talking about Elderfrost and Molten Tigrex? When you say the two of them, which one do you mean? Wait, never mind. I thought you said she was smarter than regular. Also, where the dolphins and octopus? Octopus I wouldn't say like are like one of the smarter. The ones we're concerned for. Oh, well, regular. I would say Elderfrost purely on the basis that she 100% has encountered multiple Tigrexes. So at the very least, in this argument, she would be the one to know about certain weaknesses at the very in this one case scenario. In general, maybe still Gammoth, because Tigrex can be somewhat clever at times. He really is just like a brute force, reckless wrecking ball. I don't know about you guys, but Pizza Hut is so good. Just a tad bit off topic. Okay, Gnarly. Also, welcome in, Gnarly. Is Gammoth smarter than Atoll Call? I wouldn't say so. I would not say so. Atoll Call is genuinely like a top 3 smartest individual in my opinion. For monsters. Well, smart. Yes, most likely. Would she be surprised by the difference that Molten presents? Surprised? Yes. 100% surprised. An Elderfrost, while Molten Tigrex has most likely never encountered even a regular Gammoth, at the very least, Elderfrost has encountered a Tigrex, but has never encountered a Molten Tigrex. So she would be surprised by, one, the size, the coloration, and literally the fucking blast. The literal blast, like, skin that's coming off it. Hello, Atomic. Hello. Also, let me continue this. So we got intelligence stuff. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's like, look at that. Just from literally using the force of its trunk alone. The force of the trunk alone. Smashed. Look at this. It's a better angle. Because the break is right here, but the feet are back here. So it's not like it's stomping the ground, right? The force of the trunk itself also just breaks the ground. Which is nuts. The powder could get trapped in her fur. It could. It could, yes. I got a haircut, not the freaky lineup. Okay. Thank you for telling us, Atomic, that it was specifically not the freaky lineup. Also, I also need a haircut. My hair is big and floofy. It's definitely getting overgrown. I do need that lineup. I do need a lineup. So we have intelligence, we have defense. Would you agree that Elderfrost specifically, while slow, and we will put that under weakness, under short burst can move fast? Not from like here to like over here, like right now, not like from this side of the arena to like this side of the arena, but like she's right here. She can smack down her thing, slam down, shoulder bash, all within like a shortish amount of time. Like where she can move a bit fast if she really wanted to. Like she could put it into high gear. I don't think she's slower than a calm Molten. If Gammoth were to run versus a calm Molten Tigrex trying to run, they might actually be somewhat closer. Hello, Reddy! Hello! Gammoth probably very vulnerable to Tigrex Roar. That's a good point. I'm not sure how much hearing goes into Gammoth. Because while Gammoth does share similarities to elephants, she doesn't have the big-ass ears that elephants do. So I'm not sure if sound would be, like, specifically devastating to her. However, even though you're not susceptible to, like, sound, doesn't mean you still can't be affected by sound. I don't think Devil Joe has really great hearing, but Yangarugo yelled right in his face, and that boy got stunned. Gammoth be zooming. I'm not gonna hold you. Gammoth do be smoothing a bit. Right, hold on. Let me see this. Right, like boom, slam, grab ice, toss it. Easy, light work. Slam down. Shoot, jump up, slam down again. I'm not gonna lie, Elderfrost do be moving differently to regular Gammoth. The regular Gammoth, you really feel like the slow weight, right? Elderfrost be moving differently. And we know that monsters get even faster when they fight other monsters. Like, we know this. Like, when monsters fight each other, they move so unbelievably different to how they fight us humans. So Elderfrost could even potentially move even faster than this. Especially if it's like up against a Tigrex. Literally the one monster that they specifically hate. They need good hearing for where they live, but they can close their ears against the crest when a Tigrex roars. So maybe it's not a weakness, but potentially since Molten Tigrex has like brute Tigrex levels of roaring, it might still hurt her. Maybe she'll get like some ringing in her ears, but I don't think it's like specifically a weakness. And it's not about like the pitch of the roar, it's more, or the frequency, it's more like the power of the roar. I wouldn't count it more than a stagger. Yeah, that's what I said, a stagger. Well, I didn't say stagger, but I said like stun. I guess not like stun, not like she's like immobile, but like a ow that was loud kind of thing, right? Like it makes your face scrunch up. It's like ah, and you recoil a little bit. So like a stagger, yes, but I'm sorry, I said that wrong. We got brisket, pulled pork, mac and cheese, some cornbread. Oh, that sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. True, Gammoth never deals with brute level roars, does she? She doesn't. No, she doesn't. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that she would be specifically weak to them. Does Granny get tired? Good question. She is currently upset right now. This guy actually might, like, we actually might not be able to tell. This guy kills her way too quickly. He literally kills her in like 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Gammoth has a huge surface area. Tigrex explosive roars is probably particularly strong against Gammoth's body type specifically, even with her shock absorption, fur, and fat. I don't know. Because even though Brute Tigre's roar, I know we're talking about Molten right now, but like even though Brute Tigre's roar, which is stated to be on par with Molten or Molten on par with Brute, is strong, it's not like an Incantor roar. Or like the vibration, like the air vibration and sound vibrations of like Shara, you know what I'm saying? Like it's strong, don't get me wrong. It really is. But is it like liquefying your organs? Is it like rupturing like your lower intestine or something like that from the force of it? I don't think so. Especially not for like someone like Elderfrost. Brute has a sound tunnel. He does have a sound tunnel. That's fair. Molten doesn't. Molten doesn't. Right, I'm just saying that Molten's roar would still be more effective than she's used to. Oh, yeah, no. She probably, again, she wouldn't know about, like, how more powerful, like, the roar is and stuff like that. She wouldn't know that. But I don't think it would be particularly devastating for her. But she most likely wouldn't know that. Roar back to back, that is true. If I'm being honest though, even if it ruptures her ear, I'm not sure if it, other than like some like ear damage and shit like that, and after the fight, as far as she's concerned, right? But like when it comes to this fight is like real. This is not like an Abyssal Aegiacris Nakarkos fight, where there's like so many extra factors between like Nakarkos' home, like the element, the mucus, and all this, and like kind of like dodging each other, attacking. And this is like straight up melee. This is Super Smash Bros. They are duking it out. I don't think she's going to need her ears for this one. Can we just mention how this would be like living an actual nightmare for her when it comes to trauma? Most likely. And you know what? Actually, hold on. This could be just completely fan fiction. All right, but okay. Okay, but listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. Do you think that Elderfrost would fight more and like harder against Molten Tigrex? For the reason of having a very strong Tigrex in an area could endanger Popos and adolescent like Gammoths. So do you think she would fight harder trying to specifically kill this Tigrex because of the danger it could pose to like potentially her offspring, who are most likely adults by now, but still? Like I have to kill this thing or it will be more dangerous down the road. Yes, but I wouldn't do that for that. Fair enough. Fair enough. This is already a death battle, so fair enough. I just think maybe Elderfrost specifically would see the danger that Molten possesses and would try to actually kill him. If we weren't doing a death match and it was like anything like a very organic, or as much organic as Elderfrost and Molten Tigers have together, right? That could have been like an X factor, right? But in this one specific scenario, I don't think that's an Elderfrost thing. Probably not an Elderfrost thing, but like more like reinforced by the fact that it's Elderfrost, right? Like Gammoth's already hacked Tigrexes. They're already completely fine with killing them. But Elderfrost specifically might go like think like far ahead in the future and go, this thing's more dangerous if I let it like live. But for the sake of like this matchup, it probably won't matter because they're both already going to try to kill each other. like I said before, Molten Tigrex isn't probably backing down, and Elderfrost is not backing down. None of these monsters are backing down. But it is one of those things where whenever you talk about Gammoth and stuff, I brought this up, like, I think once or twice in my Jindahad versus Gammoth video, where it's like there are so many factors when it comes to, like, Jindahad versus Gammoth that it's hard to say, right? Like the X factor of there being like a little baby Gammoth over here in the corner might make the female mother Gammoth here go into unreasonable berserk mode, right? Whether it might do something that it would have normally not done if there wasn't a child here. Again, we're not doing hypothetical child with Elderfrost, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to, like, Gammoth, certain things might make her do certain things that, like, normally she wouldn't do. I goes to the veteran intelligent point. Yeah. Baby Gammoth is definitely an X factor. I will say this, and I will say this forever. If we ever put in any occasion in any matchup of there being an X factor of a child being in the vicinity, like a baby Gammoth being in the vicinity of a matchup, I almost certainly got my money on the Gammoth. Certainly. That Gammoth is going to try and kill whatever is just going to harm the child. By the way, have you noticed the name of this hunter? EX Viper? No way. Or just like herd nearby in general, protect the family. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. If I can ever like commission like how I'm planning to doing with Dogmasios versus Geismagorm, I would really like there to be a video of Jindahad versus Gammoth, but like the X factor in the fight is that they're like it's a mother protecting the calf. And so the Gammoth is trying to what do you call it? Repel Jindahad or kill him. I think that would be a cool X Factor video. I say X Factor video. So what else for... Okay, so here's what we got for strength so far. I'm not gonna lie, we kind of got a good amount of strengths. We have bigger than normal Gammoth, which, whether or not you want to say the max size of a regular Gammoth is bigger than Elderfrost, she's definitely bigger than a normal Gammoth. Has tougher keratin on its body. Veteran monster that is experienced in combat, has most likely fought in, encountered, or killed a max. Killed max a dozen or so Tigrexes in her lifetime. Again, I'm taking into account fought in, encountered, and killed into the number count. And if she ever encountered like a Tigrex when she was a juvenile, maybe she didn't kill it, but she encountered it, right? Great defense in the form of a large body with thick muscle. Can grab a normal Tigrex with her trunk, slam him down far away from her with little effort. Just by stomping, can break and shatter the ground. Same with her trunk. Elderfrost is an intelligent monster. Really quick side tangent, Molten or Jin. You know what's so interesting? It's real, like the whole, I think I might actually have, well, you know what's so funny? Do you think Jin heating up the end of his plates would activate the blast skin or no? Like the little blast skin particles. Do you think it would activate it or no? It's heat, not necessarily a spark. Maybe, if it was purely heat, then Molten Tigrex would be detonating itself on him, like the stuff on himself constantly. They do really drive it into a point that it has to be like a spark of some kind. and it's not necessarily just heat. It doesn't work like that. Well, no. So yeah, then probably it just doesn't. Probably just wouldn't activate it. But I might have my money on Molten Tigrex. I'll be honest. I might have my money on Molten Tigrex. Considering Jin does have metal stuff on his body, so like every time that Jin or rubbing against each other's body, or whenever like if like Tigrex were to claw at Jin, he'd probably like scrape against the metal and create a spark. I'm leaning more towards, specifically because of the body shape and the interaction between the two monsters, I might have my money more on Molten Tigrex. Although it'd be a great fight. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be a good fight. But I think like Gammoth, the thing about Gammoth and Jin is that like Gammoth just has so much more durability. It's crazy. Now when it comes to actually like resilience and stamina, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie, I got Jin on that one. Jin literally had like almost died like twice and like kept on going. Well, he almost died at least once and kept on going. In fact, he actually got faster, unironically. Only for Molten to win this? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If we are comparing Molten to Elderfrost, then if Jin and Gammoth are a pretty close matchup, then you would probably say Molten. In fact, Molten would actually probably win against base Gammoth too. But when it comes to who would have a better chance, probably Gammoth. And that's not because of like I like Gammoth and I'm glazing her, but that's mainly because of like how like physiology. I'm taking that into account. And I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to like biting, there's definitely way more to like get like Molten Tigrex's teeth on Jin than there is to get even on a base Gammoth. Enough of that tangent. Yeah. Enough of that tangent. Okay, so quick question. Are we okay, since we're not saying that it's going to be, or do we put Molten Tigrex and Gammoth in like this arena? Because it kind of feels weird not to give Elderfrost Gammoth like the ability to like throw snowballs. Although this is probably more like ice and snow, if I'm being fair. But like just not allowing her to like do this one move kind of seems unfair since we are giving Tigrex that move. Guiding lands as an arena. Did we just say like half the arena is like stone and half the arena is ice? Did we just say that just for like argument's sake? And ice cannot spark. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we just take away the whole ice thing with Gammoth, even Elderfrost, that's kind of like a little bit of a downgrade, no? It just seems a little bit unfair, no? We did say an icy zone with rocks earlier. I didn't say that. I said stone area with, like, icy climate. That's what I said. I'd allow Gammoth to make her own eyes. So what? She could... No, come on. It's either we don't give it to her or we give her, like, an arena that allows her to do this. It would just be weird to... Because then we don't know how she would, like, incorporate that into a fight. You know what I'm saying? Just have the fight take place on Punk Hazard from One Piece. No. Mute Tigrex. I saw that Atomic, and that would be kind of funny. It'd be like the Bone Napper, right? From How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, shit. Where the Bone Napper, like, can't do a roar unless it has, like, all the pieces and it's, like, all the bones on its body. Gammoth has a frost-like breath, right? Yes. Not, well, like, it's like ice. It's like a stronger version of the, of base Gammoth. Making an arena from Shara and half of it is ice. Yeah, we're just going to do that. We're going to make half the arena stone, and the other half of the arena ice. However, the climate in general is going to be, like, coldish, right? It doesn't affect Molten Tigrex, apparently, and it'll help Gammoth feel a little bit more comfortable. Are we okay with that? Yes or no? Rodobon with bone cancer? Bro. Rodobon puts bones on its body. If Rodobon got bone cancer, it would just be like any other monster with bone cancer. I'd make it ice, but assume the Molten can just, like, spark it simply because... You know what? Actually... Fair enough. Can you actually make... Can you, like, with a flint in your hand, and you have, like, an ice block in front of you, can you, like, make a spark if you hit it, like, good enough with a flint? That's just not something I've ever thought of, so I don't know. No? I guess that makes sense. Okay, we're just gonna assume that Tigrex can, or Molten Tigrex can just create sparks. We're gonna make it this area right here that we're seeing right here. This area. We're gonna make it this area that they're fighting on, but Molten Tigrex can just, like, create sparks. So here we go. We're gonna, like, look at, yeah, like this area that we find Gammoth in, but Molten Tigrex is, like, over here, and every time he walks, he creates a spark. Well, okay, hold on. Let's actually... Can you make sparks by hitting flint on... Or, not onto, but on ice? Flint creates fire by shaving microscopic pieces of steel off a striker. Those tiny pieces of iron take at least 4 ounce to grip. Sparks with rocks. Flint and steel. It's probably just not something that anyone has ever thought of. So I'll be honest, probably. You know, what if we do like Google search right here? We use a little bit of AI. A tad bit of AI. It is not possible to produce sparks by striking flint on ice because ice lacks the hardness and metal content necessary to generate an incandescent particles that constitute sparks. Well, there you go. Dodo Gamma with Down syndrome. Oh wait, we already okay. I know the answer, just ask me. I was looking at it for my own curiosity, okay? I didn't think it was going to be the case, but I wanted to see if it was maybe not the... Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. So, okay, so we'll allow her to use the ice thing. So we'll do that. By the way, how big is the ice block? Is that thing like a... What's wrong? What's wrong? What? What's wrong? The stream isn't over. Oh, YouTube's having an issue. YouTube almost had an issue. It's YouTube. It's saying that it's having a thing, but OBS isn't crashed yet. Let's just give it a second to, like, calm down, I suppose. Let's just give it a second to, like, recuperate itself. So, how big is the big, like, ice snow block that Elderfrost, like, picks up with her trunk and then, like, slams it down? Is it, like, as big as her head? Or is it, like, slightly smaller? It's definitely not bigger. It might be slightly smaller than her head, which still says something because she got a big head. Brother, what the fuck? You started the direct. I went to I bought some clothes and I went to the gym. I came back, walking and finally take a shower. And you're still here? Yeah, I'm still here. What do you mean? I'm still here. Why would I not be here? Yes, the stream has crashed like 3 times. And if it crashes again, we're good. I mean, like, we're not good. Like, I'm done. Should I quickly go make a size chart? You know what? You can go make a size chart, Viper. You can 100% do that. I'm just curious. What happened? What do you mean what happened? I'm talking right now. I'm constantly talking. I'm talking. It's just that the stream's having a little bit of issues. Oh my goodness. But for strength, we'll say has oh, you know what? Also has like ice armor on its trunk and legs. Has a range option in the form of picking up a large boulder almost the size of her head, and I'm not gonna lie, she like spikes it. She just throws it like normal Gammoth just throws it. Elderfrost spikes this bit. Like, look at this. Look at this. Elderfrost is gonna like come down here. She's gonna grab it, like aim it up and spike it down. Look at this. Aim up all the way from downtown. And then BAM! She really does spike that bee. That block is about as large as her head. You could give or take, honestly, but at that size, what difference would it make? Yeah, I just said slightly smaller just to be, like, safe and conservative. And spike it / throw it at enemies. Hi, Spotball. Hello, Nicholas. Just for curiosity, where are you from? USA? Yes, I'm from the States. I do be from the States. What else? What other strengths? We might be running out of strengths. We have intelligence, defense, attack, veteran. Spot's a Florida man. I used to live in Florida for a very long time, so I would consider myself at the very least a Floridian. Even though I do not live in Florida anymore, but I lived there for like at least half my life. She's bulky. I already have that. I already put that she's bigger than a regular Gammoth, and that she what do you call it? Like, she has like really like bulky defenses. We might be good on defense. Or we have defense. Strength. Wait a minute. What the fuck is this question? I question for you. Do you mutants are the strongest version of every wyvern, or Molten, Tigrex, Gold Rathian, the Apex, etc. are stronger? I'll be so honest, I have no idea what you're talking about. So are we getting that Molten is physically stronger and faster, and Elderfrost is more durable and intelligent? Hold on now. Physically stronger? I would still put my money on Elderfrost being physically stronger. But in terms of power, about the same. Now we need some weaknesses. Because I think we're good on strengths. She can't read. This is a weakness that unfortunately all Gammoths have. Elderfrost, male, female, doesn't matter. Weaknesses. Cannot reach the back of her body. She is slow in general. How good is Molten living in the cold? Probably not all that good. Like, Molten probably wouldn't have a good time in this weather. It's not like he would freeze to death or anything like that, but like, he just wouldn't be vibing with this whole weather. Gammoth could scratch her own back? Probably not. To sit back? Elderfrost specifically learned how to combat sit back? Wait, did Elderfrost actually learn how to, like, overcome the fact that, like, people could just, like, attack her back legs and shit? Of course, we don't know, because this guy, is a gunner, so he's not, like, showing it. But, oh, this is light bowgun. God damn it. Is this, what is this? Oh, this is heavy bowgun. 2 heavy bowguns? Good God, what's with all the bowguns? Don't get me wrong, I love all the bowgun sites, but like, still. Greatsword? Let me see this. Holy fucking quality. Oh, dude, they're gonna kill in 2 minutes. We can't watch this. Specific moves is sitting. I would still call its backside a weakness, even though sure it could sit. I don't know how strong that would be against even a normal Tigrex, if I'm being honest. I would still call it a weakness, but it is good to know that at least she has a way of somewhat addressing the thing, you know what I'm saying? Addressing the fact that like she can't like really get like behind her. Silver Ridge? Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Silver Ridge. Oh my goodness. Is this it? Is this it? This is by Kenta. Oh, what? Kenta per me. Can she make sudden turns? I actually think she can. but I'm not 100% confident in that. Oh, I mean, you kind of saw that, right? Like, she can't turn 180 within a second. But, like, look at, like, this, right? Like, she'll turn... Like, she's facing this way. And then she'll be facing this way pretty quickly. Look at this. Bam. And now she's facing that way. I can say she could turn suddenly. I mean, if she's charging at something, she probably can't immediately just, like, turn, again, like, immediately, like someone like Nargacuga or Barrioth could do. But, yeah. Sorry, I mean that if you think that the rare species are stronger than their mutant versions like Dread King. Oh, do I think like if okay, so Silver Rathalos stronger than Dread King Rathalos? Is Silverwind Nargacuga or is Lucid Nargacuga stronger than Silverwind Nargacuga? Is like Molten Tigrex stronger than Grimclaw? Is that what you're saying? Like, are the rare species of monsters stronger than their deviant counterparts? And with that, I'll be honest, I can't really say. Dread King, I guess the rats are probably like the best example, but for all the other ones, it's like completely subjective. Unlike, what do you think is like better? The fact that like Lucid Nargacuga can go invisible and can do poison, or Silverwind has way more, like, probably is like physically stronger and has like wind attacks. Alright, the side chart is in the DMs, but I'm 10 minutes behind. Let me catch up at 2 times speed. Okay. Alright, let me see this. Let me open up Discord real quick. Let me open up Discord. By the way, I have so many cuts and shit in my mouth, and it fucking hurts to do anything. Tiger, where did you get this? Where did you make this tiger thing from? Like, how is this, like... How are we certain that this is, like, 1-to-1? Or at least, like, 90% to 100%. Also, Mahete, I think it's just hard to say. Like, what do you value, again, like, what do you value more in the stuff? Like, do you think Violet Misune is stronger than Soulseer? I don't know. Deviants? Yeah, they're deviants. I mean, this seems about right, but didn't you tell me that, like, I'm assuming this is Elderfrost. Didn't you tell me that, like, in terms of height, that Elderfrost is, like, twice the height of, Molten? Because when I said that, he was in, like, this somewhat position. Maybe he's in, like, completely upright like this. Maybe he's, like, the top of his head's more, like, down here. But didn't you say it was, like, twice... Didn't you say Elderfrost is, like, twice the height of Molten? I mean, I won't, like... I mean, this is, like, Tigrex, like, being upright. If Tigrex is, like, how it normally is, it kind of, like, is a little bit more slouched and crouched and, like, way more prone down here. That would make more sense. A Tigrex versus Molten size comparison, there's, like, the guys he tells you not to worry about. Yeah, I mean, this is good. What are some weaknesses that she has? Do we think Gammoth has poor eyesight? Yes or no? I mean, Elderfrost is at least able to tell where you are and spike a giant ball onto you with decent accuracy. But maybe not exceptional. I don't know. She has small legs. I wouldn't count that as a weakness. I mean, look at what the legs are literally fucking doing right here. It's literally destroying the ground. Small, but very powerful. I don't know. I do not know. Unironically, when it comes to weaknesses. I put that she's slow in general. I put that she has a hard time getting to things that's on her back and stuff. I mean, like, that's really like the biggest, that's like the two biggest weaknesses of Gammoth. Hello, Frozen. Hello. I did not realize you started another stream. Yeah, I have started. This is my 4th fucking stream. Bro, I'm going to sleep here in Spain right now. It's 2 a.m. and it was at large, so I'm leaving. Okay, bye. Fucking. Oh, well, your thing got removed. But bye-bye. You get some good night sleep. Bye-bye, Mahete. Oh, I said Mahete. My fault. I don't know why I said Mahete. But you have a good day. Maybe it's based on real elephant. It's possible. He definitely has like the body structure of a real elephant, but like not everything is one-to-one with Gammoth. Again, Gammoth's body is not even the same structure as a elephant. It looks very similar, and it is based on mammoths and elephants. But the front part of Gammoth is way bigger than the back part, which is not how it is for elephants in like the real world. What's the purpose of Gammoth's tail? It's a tail. Not everything needs a purpose. Man, now thinking about it, Gammoth really doesn't have like a ton of necessarily like big weaknesses. I only missed the start of the stream to now, really? Oh, okay. Huh. Have we come to a final decision? No, Wiley, we have not come to a final decision, but we're about to. As in, we're about to start discussing it. All monsters have weaknesses to hunters. That's a big weak. Oh, fire! The, fire! Fire! Well, actually, wait. Gammoth doesn't even... Gammoth's weak to fire, but it's not even weak to... Is it weak to blast? Because Molten Tigrex doesn't use fire, it uses blast. Is Elderfrost weak to blast? All monsters have a weaknesses to hunters. That's a big weakness. It's not a weakness to hunters. It's just that the hunters are just so damn strong. Is Elderfrost weak to blast? That's a good question. That's a good question. Elderfrost. Oh, Gammoth. Oh, Gammoth. Is weakest to thunder and fire. So it is not weak. It is not like extremely susceptible to blast. Great to know. I got the winter moon nettle. I think you meant metal. Cool. I'm proud of you, Frozen. Alright, I think we're good to move on. Hold on. Also, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna yawn and stretch and drink some water. Oh, God. Oh. Let me stand up real quick. What frontier monster do you want to appear in the mainline game most? I'm low-key confused on which monsters are frontier and which monsters are explore. Like, I literally used to say, like, Espinass, right? I literally just used to say Espinass. But... Bro, I can't go to sleep until you see my last message. I need to know. What do you mean you need to know? Fuck, I deleted it by wrong. The last question was how I refer to you, Gunner, bro, or what? I mean, you can just say, you just call me Spottable. You could say Hunter, you could say Gunner, you can say bro, I mean, you could say, I mean, sure. You can say a bunch of things. You don't. I'm not saying that you have to address me by just like one specific thing. You didn't address her hit zones or range of motion. Oh. Wait, what do you mean by her hit zones? You mean like her hitbox? But she doesn't have a good range of motion. I will say that. I mean, she doesn't have like terrible, but she doesn't have a good one. Does not have a good range of motion. Time for me to fight Fatalis and Iceborne for the first time. Good luck, Nicholas. Good luck. Like, how vulnerable is each part? I mean, I guess her trunk and back legs are like the weakest part of her. But again, I wouldn't call the trunk a weak point. And I already did talk about like how she can't get anyone off her back legs. Really. Did we decide on the winner? No. We're about to talk about that right now. Sorry, I was eating some chips. Alright, we're good. Now, it's time to talk about... She could do the horse kick, potentially. She does. Elderfrost does have the method of, like, sitting on people. But even then, that's not, like, an effective way to get people off him, you know? Or off her. Okay, yeah, but it's time to talk about Molten Tigrex versus Elderfrost Gammoth. First off, after everything that we've been talking about, everything, I'm gonna put up a poll. Who wins? I just want to know about your guys' opinion on who wins, or who do you think wins? Elderfrost Oh, whoops. Gammoth. Molten. Tigrex. Regardless of who you think wins, it's a close fight. If you think Gammoth wins, doesn't matter, close fight. You think Molten Tigrex wins, it doesn't matter, close fight. I'm just curious on who you guys think. It's a little bit Guna. Okay. Has anyone see the nay, the court is ours? I might know what you're talking about, but I might also not. Would you have done a stream for Gammoth vs. Jim if you streamed at the time? No. Because I specifically wanted Jin versus Gammoth to be a video. So I most likely would not have streamed it. In my mind, Molten could win. Elderfrost probably would. Horrible. Again, I think you have a case in point for both monsters, but if I'm being honest, I think I would probably put my eggs in which basket, the Tigrex or Gammoth one. I would put it in Elderfrost. I would put my eggs into the Elderfrost basket. Gammoth Glazer, hey, people legitimately downplay Gammoth, and it's actually disgusting. Just because she doesn't do anything big or explosive. I would put my eggs in the Gammoth basket. After I'm done sipping some water, I'll explain why. If there's a child Elderfrost wins, I think Elderfrost would literally almost kill herself trying to kill anything if it threatens her child. And she has the literal power to go band for band with Ucanlo. So, yeah. If there is a child, then yes. I would 100% put my money on Elderfrost. But, you know, we're not talking about that. But if that was the case. Is it because she's a slumbering mammal in a world of dragons? Are you saying that's why, like, people don't like her as much? Or people, like, downplay her a lot? That could be it. But I'm not saying that I'm thinking she wins because she's a mammal in the world of dragons. I'm not saying that. I give the edge to Molten here just because she loses so much of her size advantage. She still has the size advantage, but it's not as big. It's not, but you know what? Actually, I need to take a piss too. I'm going to explain why I think the way I do, but I need to go to the bathroom, and then when I come back, I'll stop the poll, and we'll see what you guys think. Although I will say, it's seeming like more people are saying Elderfrost than not. I have no skills, and I must be strong people when they think about Rashang. Hello, Phantom! Hello, Phantom! I'm going to go take a piss real quick, Phantom. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're now about to start the discussion about Elderfrost versus Gammoth. We've gone over each other's strengths, each other's weaknesses. Now we're going to have the discussion. I just have the poll up, and I'm going to take a little piss real quick. Ready, have you checked up your ass? Well, there you go. I just gave you a clip right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, what does everyone think? It's been 6 minutes with 15 votes. 73% say Elderfrost Gammoth and 27 say Molten Tigrex. Okay. Trust me, you won't need to wait a lot to get more. What do you got? Okay. Spot, you owe me? Owe you for what? You're talking about the video? I don't, because we watched the video. We watched the YouTube video. That's what the whole Asmongold, and then after Asmongold, we watched the thing. The video that Asmongold was watching. That was the video for that day. If you're talking about the video, if you're talking about, like, videos. If you're talking about the thing I need to send you, then yes. Yes, I have. Don't worry. It's not. The week's not over. Don't worry. Don't worry. The week's not over. Hold on. I like the fact that Gammoth will always stay above Tigrex. For the most part, probably. What do I call it? Okay, so I think that when it comes to both of these monsters, I believe that Elderfrost Gammoth wins. I think that for mainly two reasons. Mainly two big reasons. Well, actually, I think it, like two main reasons, and then like a semi kind of good, like reasonable thing for like the well, actually, like two semi reasons, right? I think of it as like two big reasons, two smaller reasons. Did anyone end up paying for the drip check in the 3 hours I was gone? No, I don't believe so. What did you watch Asmon watch? Asmon was watching like a video on Monster Hunter Rise versus Monster Hunter World, and Asmon was just kind of speaking straight like Japanese. That boy was just yapping, just the yap. You can literally see the goal. I mean, to be fair, I mean, the stream has crashed multiple times. So, he's probably just asking, like, hey, has it gone, like, has you reached the goal? And, like, the other stream shit. But, okay, so two big reasons, two smaller reasons. First big reason. Elderfrost Gammoth specifically is intelligent, is notably intelligent, and has almost certainly fought in the Tigrex species multiple times. That instantly gives her an edge over Molten Tigrex, specifically to Molten Tigrex, which most likely has never encountered a Gammoth. Second reason, I believe that Elderfrost Gammoth, given the ice ability, can take better. Wait, no. That's not. Wait, what? That's not my second reason. Oh my god, wait, what's my second reason? No, I had one. Oh, I had one. Oh my god, I fucking had one. Oh, yes. Second big reasoning. There isn't anything that Molten Tigers can do to land a lethal blow quickly. Despite having a better bite force, or a stronger bite force than regular Tigrex, his mouth still can't go over, like, basically anything on Tigrex. Except for maybe the trunk, tusk, potentially the smallest part of the back legs. But, like, main body, internal organs, and all that, there's nothing he can do. You know what I'm saying? Wait, Royal Hybrid? Stop it. What's going on here? Oh, you're just saying, like, you guys are just saying words. So those are the two main reasons, or the two big reasons for me, and I'm gonna get to the two smaller ones. First two main big reasons is that Gammoth is intelligent and has the experience of fighting Tigrexes almost undeniably in the past. Not Molten Tigrexes, but Tigrexes in general. Second, Molten Tigrex cannot do any definitive end the fight in like one move kind of like attacks. He's just gonna have to whittle down like her organs and stuff are gonna be intact. He's just gonna have to whittle down Elderfrost. Two smaller other reasons is one, Molten Tigrex's like double-edged sword. When he goes into his second enraged mode, if one good trunk smack into the chest when he's in that second enraged mode, he's fucking done. One stomp in his enraged mode on his chest, or even on his back, where his chest would be like on his back, right? Like how like my upper back is where my chest would be. He's done. Right? So I think that like that's like a smaller reason, but that's more if he goes into his second enraged state, right? So that's like a smaller minor reason, I think, not like a main one. And then two, when it comes to like the biggest like downside to Gammoth is the fact that she's slow and she can't move around like a ton. But when it comes to Tigrex in this fight, Tigrex literally will just charge constantly. He's not gonna do a barrioth and try to sidestep, attack the bite. He's not that smart. He's not that clever. He's not that strategic. In terms of fighting style and how he approaches fights, it's the same as Tigrex, which plays into the benefit for Gammoth. Those are my main like 4 reasons why I would put like Gammoth over Molten Tigrex. 4 main, like, well, 2 main ones and 2 smaller ones. The clever curse. You know, I'm actually clever, right? I'm a clever grasshopper curse. My man doing this thing and y'all LARPing. Is following Espinas a variant subspecies or rare species? He's a variant. Yes, the point you make is very solid spot. Achilles said it. Gammoth, the one all he's doing is explaining why. My bad for trying to keep busy. I'm back. What I missed? I'm explaining why I think Elderfrost Gammoth would win against Molten Tigrex person. That's what I'm saying. Gammoth can hit the... Oh, I thought you said... I'm sorry. I read that like incorrectly. Gammoth can hit the one shot. Tigrex cannot. I will say that like, do we think like a fully like reared up Gammoth just stomps completely on the head of like Tigrex would either at the very least concuss him or kill him? Yes or no? We're not saying like would that realistically happen. I'm saying if it did happen, would it happen? Like, would he either get concussed or just like straight up get his head flattened? Like a fully like reared up Elderfrost Gammoth slamming down. Yeah, I agree. It's just like a lot harder for Molten damage Elderfrost. It's also not to include that if we do give the environment to Elderfrost, which, I mean, to be fair, if we didn't, we would just be kind of nerfing her. She can take advantage of, like, Molten Tigrex's weakness. Meanwhile, Molten Tigrex can't take advantage of, like, fire or thunder, which is, Elderfrost's weakness. Now, you could say, like, oh, the blast, but she's not specifically weak to blast. At least from what I looked up. I could be wrong, though. By the way, Viper, you say you have a question? Go ahead and ask your question. I'm going to be looking up because as I was yapping, I wasn't reading messages and stuff. Yeah, I agree. It's a lot harder for... Oh, yeah. It's pretty similar to the Jindahad versus Gammoth fight. Yeah, and the whole reason why I gave Gammoth the win, in my opinion, is because, again, Jin doesn't have a lot to do in order to, like, get through the thick hide and all the muscle that is Gammoth. Quick honorable mention, a herd of Gammoth herd versus high tier non-elder dragon monster. A herd of Gammoths versus any high tier non-elder dragon monster. If it's not an elder dragon, specifically mid to high tier, it's not just gonna get deleted. If it's not an elder dragon specifically mid to high tier, it's gonna get deleted. Yes. Like a herd of Gammoths could probably take on basically anything. That's not like mid tier elder dragon level. Pull up that one pic of Gammoth strangling Tigrex. I still love that image. Isn't it Flaming Espinasse a subspecies? No, it's not. Oh, wait, fuck me. It is, isn't it? A Flaming Espinasse is actually. Because it's not a regular Espinasse that turns into, it's not a regular Espinasse that turns into a Flaming Espinasse. So it's not an Espinasse that turns into a Flaming Espinasse, so it's not a variant. Yeah, it's a subspecies. Never mind, my fault. Sorry, my fault, my bad. That's a fuck ton of weight coming down your head. Molten likes the taste of iron, though. I guess I should correct it. It is experience fighting Tigrex as a whole, not Molten Tigrex. Well, yeah, that's what we're saying. We're not saying that Elderfrost has experience in fighting Molten Tigrex. That would be ridiculous. It's most likely having a lot of experience with Tigrexes in general. Elderfrost specifically. Probably other Gammoths at least have encountered or fought in at least one Tigrex. But Elderfrost specifically has probably fought in or countered / killed multiple Tigrexes. How much damage do you think Molten can do to Elderfrost in second rage? A considerable amount. If we are just saying how much damage he could do to Elderfrost Gammoth, a considerable amount. Again, though, it's really bad because it's a double-edged sword. Did we ever watch the Grimclaw thing? No, because we were crashing and I didn't want to waste any time. Oh, the Grimclaw thing was just for my own intriguement, just to like see the difference and stuff like that. The man horse, it's like man, but it's Gammoths looking out into the ocean. It's like, damn. They really haven't added me back in, huh? But yeah, again, here's the thing, right? This is what I say about when it comes to like matchups, right? Like when it comes to matchups really do matter in Monster Hunter. Right? Like, they really do. Because even then, again, like, Molten Tigrex versus a normal Gammoth or Jindahad, I have my money on Molten Tigrex. However, I just think that even normal Gammoth has at least the chance to, like, last longer than Jindahad. Because of the matchup. Matchups really matter in Monster Hunter. He's really good at pursuing a predator, but I don't know how much he is against a movable object. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, Molten Tigrex has to race around the clock. And even if he decides to push himself to the second state, he's actually putting himself at even more risk. So it's not even just like a free power up. It's not even like a second, that's like if like the boss had a second phase, but you did like 100% more damage to the boss while it's in the second phase, right? It's like, okay, I'm just gonna kill you faster now. I will say, again, this isn't going to be easy. The size difference that Gammoth had with regular Tigrex is not here. I mean, Elderfrost is still bigger, but not that much bigger. And the power, and in terms of like power and like the added benefit of like the blast and stuff, it's going to really hurt Gammoth. She's almost certainly going to be missing, at the very least, one of her trunk, or one of her tusk. Her crest is going to get fucked up from the blast and the force of the hits. But I think in the end she would win. You forgot a weakness? What's a weakness? And a weakness for who? Gammoth or Molten? So this matchup answers the question of unsolvable force versus immovable object. Well, that has always, like, it depends on, like, who is the immovable object and who is the unstoppable force. But, yeah, in this one case, I think it is. Like, this is what I'm saying when it comes to, like, things like, Rajang. Like, but here's the thing, right? When people were like, I was like, hey, I think Gammoth is stronger than Rajang, people were like, you're dumb. You're dumb for thinking that. And I'm like, I don't think I am. I'm like, what can Gammoth, or what can, like, Rajang reasonably do to Gammoth to take her down before Gammoth just gets in, like, a few really solid good hits in on Rajang? How much is the weakness on the crack of the crest? In my opinion, it's negligible. It's negligible. I think her entire crest is getting fucked up in the process. Whether the crack was there or not, I don't think would matter too much. I guess you could say the crest is more susceptible to damage, since even though it's tougher, because she's older and it's thicker, that it's probably like not like the strongest durability that it could. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, no, I think it's just like, it doesn't matter all that much. It could be a factor, but not like a massively, like, it's not like a massively big factor. But identifying weaknesses, that's what I'm going for. So you're saying if Molten Tigrex can identify the crack on Elderfrost Gammoth's head and exploit that. Is that what you're saying? Stand proud, Molten, you were strong. Yeah, in an arena type fight, I'd put my money on Elderfrost. Yeah, I don't think so. Again, when it comes to Tigrex, he could be clever. He could know when to ambush, right? He doesn't just like flail around like an absolute moron, right? At least Tigrex can be clever. But specifically exploiting a weakness, I don't think so. And the reason why I say I don't think so is because I feel like if anything, Tigrex actually has like the weapons to potentially even take down a fully grown Gammoth, but he doesn't know, like, that's not just how he works, right? Like, if Tigrex was smart, he would just be completely, like, going onto the back and gnawing on the back. Like, that's how, like, lions do with elephants. But Tigrex doesn't do that. Like, there's no account of, like, Tigrex's, like, gnawing onto the back legs of Gammoths to, like, make them even slower and stuff. Like, they don't have that mentality. And there's nothing to show that Molten has that mentality either. Grimclaw have a better shot than Molten. We would then have to get into the whole Grimclaw thing, and that's a completely different Tigrex. That's like talking about Silverwind Nargacuga and Lucent Nargacuga. Those are two completely different Nargacugas. So we would just have to talk about it. I can't say yes or no if she would have, if Grimclaw would have a better chance. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just saying that's not what we're talking about. And when I'm saying, when it comes to Molten Tigrex versus Elderfrost Gammoth, my money on Elderfrost. Listen, you might consider me a glazer. And I do be glazing the shit out of monsters in general. Because I like them. And I think they're very strong. However, when it comes to this matchup, I got it. I got it for Gammoth. The fighting style, when it comes to, Tigrex's whole thing about, overpowering another monster through physical force, you literally can't fucking do that with Gammoth. You have to, literally outmaneuver and, sidestep and, be methodical when you take on a Gammoth. If you go into a fight in Gammoth's specialty, which is straightforward attacking, you're not winning that. You're not! How many wins out of 10? I think either 6 or... If I'm being generous, 7. If I'm being more neutral, 6 out of 10. I do think there are some case scenarios where Elderfrost doesn't... Or, I'm sorry, Grimclaw gets lucky with his second phase in attacking Gammoth in general and dodging attacks, where I think he actually could potentially whittle down Gammoth. So the argument that Molten could win against Elderfrost, I think is sound. I think it's true. I think Molten has the chance, the potential to win against Elderfrost, but I would put my money more case scenario. And oh my god, I would put my money best case scenario on Elderfrost. I know it's not even close to the same, but the whole thing makes me think about the clip of Gammoth eating a Tigrex off its back. I will say, I don't think Elderfrost would be able to do that with Molten. Well, with how easily regular Gammoth did that to regular Tigrex. Just because of the size difference isn't the same with Molten and Elderfrost. But probably would still be able to get him off. Pause! I found the Monster Hunter Man meme, but it's with Kieran. It's in the meme section. Let me see this. What the fuck? What the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? Can someone do me a favor and make this exact same meme, like the same meme format, but with Nergigante and Rajang? If someone did that, I would love you forever. Where did you get this? Did you get this from my video? Did you just yank this from the video? Or did you... Man. Gender is 3 out of 10. Molten rips at the trunk. She's done for. Molten probably ain't doing that though. Yeah. Again, I think when it comes to Molten Tigrex versus Elderfrost Gammoth, it's a close matchup either way. Even if I think Elderfrost wins, she's going to be pretty fucking banged up. Really banged up. She's going to be legitimately moving like an old woman after the fight. And then 2, I do think there are some case scenarios where Molten Tigrex can win, But more times than not, I would probably put my money on Elderfrost. Plus, Molten probably has a stronger grip than a regular Tigrex. That's my guess, at least. Yeah. Again, like, she's just so fucking tanky. She's legitimately so fucking tanky. But here's the thing, right? Like, it completely depends on, like, matchup. Like, when it comes to Elderfrost versus a Cantor, I'm sorry, I got money on a Cantor. I got my money on a Cantor. He has giant tusks that can probably go through with the bite force of crushing a Gravio Skull. Those tusks are going into Gammoth. And his sound roar can literally probably almost like rupture the organs inside of Gammoth. Can we have the side chart in the background? You know what? We can. There you go. But Molten Tigrex, I got more case scenario than more cases than not with Elderfrost. What do you guys think? Say it again. Take some action. She might be on death's door afterwards as well. She might die to injuries. But if I'm being honest, Molten Tigrex dying first. A Cantor murders Gravios on the regular. Yeah. It's really unfortunate. But a Cantor is probably like top 3. Like strongest non-Elder Dragon monster. At the very least, a contender for top 3. So, you know, it makes sense. Again, Zoshia is literally like the strongest non-Elder Dragon monster. But other than that, what age-related weaknesses could Elderfrost have? Well, despite being older, Elderfrost isn't actually weaker, so probably not really, like, not like, even though she's bigger, she does seem to be like completely fine with like hauling around her own weight still. But potentially blindness, potentially becoming blind, it could actually be a thing. With having her eyes subjected to like harsh weathers like constantly over her lifetime, she might actually get like what is it called when stuff starts growing over your eyes? I forgot what it's called. But like that could happen to Elderfrost specifically. Which is very sad to think about. Which is also really crazy to think about because an Elderfrost Gammoth that's huge, that can't see, so if something bumps into it, she fucking kills it like how Solseer does. Cataracts? Yeah, Cataracts. I'm pretty sure the only non-Elder Dragon that can currently go band for band with a Cantor and is Eucanlos. Oh, that's the thing though, right? A Cantor, Eucanlos and Elderfrost Gammoth are basically the same, but I would maybe put my money slightly more on Eucanlos. But if I'm being honest, a monster that can go band for band. Oh, if we're just talking about like base monsters, no variants, no anything, yes, Eucanlos is like the only one, yes. If we're counting deviants and stuff like that, and like rare species and all that, I think Raging Brachydios can go band for band with the Cantor. I do think that like if we're just calling base species, yes, Eucanlos is the only one that can go band for band. If we're not counting base species, I think Raging Brachydios can go band for band. Maybe Santorta from 30 would be a cool fight against Rajang. It would be. I think the potential for Atal Call to come back is massive. Because if Atoll Call comes back, it has to come back by using like stuff in like the ruins of Wyveria, and like people are like, hey, things are like going missing, and there's like weird golden like strings of silk. It looks like all over Wyveria. And then imagine instead of us using the Elder Breaker, Atoll Call uses an Elder Breaker. Peak cinema. Of course, they do back you by Sword of Great. No, I think Raging Brachydios can legitimately go band for band with the Cantor. And there's even argument that he can win. That's a whole different video. And actually, that's a pretty decent matchup now thinking about it. That's a pretty solid matchup. But, okay, Raging Brachydios, you can lose. And by some extension, Elderfrost Gammoth, but not as well, but doesn't do as well as you can lose. But I would still put her up there. She's like massive, and she's very physically strong. And if we're not counting Zoshia, because Zoshia just literally is like the strongest non-Elder Dragon monster. Other than that, the nest of Atoll Call, but that's not a monster. That's a mech. I think that's literally it. Massive. Yeah, what do you mean? She's massive. Raging versus Atoll. Interesting. Atoll nest, though, can have the Elder Breaker built in. Well, that's the thing, right? If Atoll Call... Here's the thing about, like, old monsters getting implemented into, like, new gen. Is that they could legitimately just get a power-up. Electron got a power-up, Fatalis got a power-up, Amatsu got a power-up, Gogmasio's got a power-up. Although Gogmasio's power-up wasn't, like, as big. And realistically, it was things that he probably could have already done. But, like, we just saw, like, more feats with Gogmasio's in Wilds, rather than, like, a straight-up power-up. And by power-up, I mean, like, it seems like they got more powerful, like, with certain moves. Like, Electron literally didn't have Escanaut Judgment in the old games. And now he does. So, if Atoll Call or any of the Wyvern Gods get implemented into, like, Wilds or some shit, like, you better expect some of the craziest upscales ever. Would Raging Brachy ever do his final phase crash shell on top of a monster? Potentially, no. So if you're talking about Raging Brachydios going into his final mode, but when he's like smashing the ground, instead of just smashing the ground, he smashes a monster, no. I don't think he would do that. Would final form Raging Brachydios ever just rapidly smash like a monster's face in as if he was going into his final form? Yes, I think so. Electron got a fucking whole new element. What did he get? Electron had lightning. He had dragon. He had blast. Was it water or was it lightning? Water? Oh. Did he not? Oh no. No, he had ice. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to, like, older monsters coming into, like, new gen, right? Into, like, newer gen, newer titles, they legitimately just get power-ups. So, that's what I'm saying when I go, like, oh, this monster could probably beat this monster. Well, shit, if this monster ever shows up something, like, if they ever get an upscale in a new game, my answer could change, right? I didn't think Amatsu could, like, discharge, like, a ton of its lightning into the ground, like what we saw in Rise. But shit, I guess he can do it. He showed it in Rise. Got blue fucking fire. Yeah, it showed that he could do, like, blue fire. Ultron never had water before. Now he spits flammable oil for water blight. It's... They really do be just giving anyone anything. Just like how Amatsu went from just water to water and thunder. Didn't Amatsu have thunder? Or am I thinking of like no, wait, am I thinking of someone else? I might be thinking of some. Hold on. Amatsu old world fight. Yes, when he did give Amatsu. This is new world fight. I want old world fight. I want old fight. I want old fight. Here we go. Because I know he definitely had like that piercing rock thing. Oh, I was just okay. I was like, I remember I remember lightning of some kind. It might have been like his like the on his body, like his chest thing. So I specifically do remember that. But oh, hold on, I'm getting another call. I'll leave this playing. Or nah, I'll put just so I'll put this because it seems to be lagging. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I think we are done. But yes, I'm sorry. I got confused with Amatsu because I remember seeing like electrical crackling on Amatsu, and that I remember seeing lightning like in the fight. But it was most likely the lightning in the background rather than lightning like actually hitting me. Again, I haven't fought old Gen Amatsu in, I think, literally 7 years. So that's maybe why I got confused. Bye. Oh, bye, Nicholas. I can't believe Shagru Magala didn't get an upscale. He literally didn't. He literally didn't. They near downscaled with Shagru from its personal area, Monster Hunter. Where it's its personal area, Monster Hunter. That's what I say. You know, when I say, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. When people want to put Nergigante on Fraud Watch, I don't understand how you can't put Shagru Magala on. How you can't put Shagru Magala on Fraud Watch. If you're willing to put Nergigante on Fraud Watch, I don't know how you can't do the same for Shagru. Nergi has literally shown us more things that it's capable of doing than Shagru has. It has the Frenzy Virus. It has 2 extra arms, but we don't know about how strong its skin is. We don't know about its bite force. We don't know anything else. You don't see turf wars. We don't see cutscenes that really give us anything that we don't know already. Nothing. The biggest thing that we saw in Sunbreak was how a Seregios was able to attack it mid-air, and how he was able to stop flying for a second and like pivot its body mid-air and grab Seregios and then drag Seregios into the ground. But like literally when people were like, oh, Shagru can 1,000,000% beat like let's say like Narwhal or something. It's like, what information did you get that he could do it? I'm not even saying I'm disagreeing with you. Where's the information? Shagru is so much stronger in 4U. That's why. Again, what do we know about Shagru in 4U that he's like significantly stronger? Did he get smaller in Sunbreak? Did he get smaller in Sunbreak? I don't think he did. Maybe he did. Is that a Rajang thing? Was that a Rajang thing that happened? Spit yo shiki. They did the most important monster to my hunting career so dirty. The wings did get smaller. Interesting. Shagru is the most weirdly glazed Elder Dragon to me. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I want to make the distinction, right? You might say, oh, Nergigante is the most glazed, right? But at least Nergigante has things it's shown. Like, we have literally been shown multiple things with Nergigante. What have we, like, we do not see the same, like, the proportion of glaze to, like, things actually shown is not, it's just not matching up with Shagru. It's just not matching up. He has so much aura to be criticized. Shagru has been betrayed. Wild's DLC will probably keep him down too. I pray that if they bring him back for the expansion, which I think they're kind of hinting that they will. But to be fair, they had Zamites in Rise, but they didn't have Zamtrios, so fuck me if I know. But they should. For Wilds, they should. Especially since people's only experience, and people's first game is Wilds, their only Elder Dragon experience is Gogmazios. Just give him the aura of Shagru, come on. Like, he does nothing special except for Frenzy Virus, but because he looks cool, people say he can score up with Runer. Yes. How long we have Vestport without the Queen for? Exactly. Exactly, Viper. Viper's so on point. Shagru had the best rivalry story. Leave my boy alone. Listen, and here's the thing, right? I'm not even saying that Shagru Magala isn't, like, strong, right? I'm not saying he's Kushala level. I put my money on Shagru over Kushala, you know what I'm saying? However, people are so confident to say that Shagru Magala wins against, like, Nergigante, like, Malzeno, Ibushi. Fuck me. People even argue sometimes, like, endgame bosses Shagru can go up against. And I'm like, literally, what evidence do you have for that? He has 2 extra arms. Shut the fuck up. It's like, listen, I'm fine with glazing Shagru. I like Shagru. But I'm also realistic. And they really haven't showed him anything. They haven't showed him doing shit. Has shown to be both strong and powerful. We know that he's strong and powerful, but like, but we've also been shown that like Nergigante could be strong and powerful, right? But it's like everyone says like the Frenzy Virus. It's like the Frenzy Virus doesn't affect any Elder Dragons. So instantly the Frenzy Virus is out the window. Well, I mean the Blast and stuff are, but like listen, like the Blasts aren't like uber strong. The only time we see them being like significantly affecting something is a non-Elder Dragon monster, which to be fair, even Gore or Chaotic could do. It's not like a Shagru Magala exclusive. I love making memes. I think Shagru got a power-up in Sunbreak. Well, to be fair, Shagru Magala did get, like, a laser beam in Sunbreak, which is something I kind of thought he could do, but they never showed it until Sunbreak. And I'm glad they did. Although, does it make much sense? Not really. Risen help? Risen does help his case. But that's Risen, right? That's like if I was like, you know, Raid Owl. But then Arc-Tempered Raid Owl. It's like, no, we can't. It's not the same thing. Come on. Most people probably think I hate Nergigante. I don't. I just think he's so overhyped because he was the flagship of the most popular game. Nergigante is so weird because so many people love Nergigante. But then also at the same time, so many people, like, think he's overrated or, like, don't like him. He's, like, in a weird in-between. He's both, like, massively downplayed and also massively glazed as a monster. It's kind of strange. Normally, a monster is either extremely downplayed or extremely glazed. Or just kind of in the middle, like with Rathalos. But Nergigante is kind of, like, on both sides of the spectrum. It's weird. Look at Wild Misune. I have no idea why they gave Misune so serious shit. But hey, it made it a way harder fight, and I personally enjoy that. He's stronger than Nergigante because he has arms are bigger. Ignore the Nergigante. Better actual strength feats, please. Again, like, it's so strange because it's like, okay, like Nergigante, or I'm sorry, Shagru Magala not having any feats or interactions in like for you made sense, right? The whole thing was that like everything was like dead around Shagaru, and only Shagaru stood like alone at the top, right? As like as almost like some kind of like, not necessarily God, but like the way that like he shows his like presence when he flies into the air and like he's like shining, right? Like it definitely sold a certain like look for Shagru, right? I don't say that. But Sunbreak, dead ass? Nothing? At least Gore had something. But like even Gore's thing of like holding back Gossarag wasn't like completely just Gore himself, because he was just pumping the frenzy into Gossarag. So even then, like even that is right weird, right? It's like really nothing for Shagru. It's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Again, he did get like a laser beam, but like, is that really it? It's like, is that good enough? That's not good enough. Amatsu literally got an ultimate. Amatsu and Electron both got like nukes. You couldn't give Shagru something. That's crazy. Yeah, you know a lot of people. Yeah, you know a lot about glazing Nerg. Hey, some people say that Nerg. I think Nerg should be glazed, but to the right amount. Like every monster, except for Seregios. Glaze my king all the way. In Generation's Ultimate, Shagru is a decent amount weaker than Teostra, Kushala, and Camillus. Then Shagru is stronger than them a decent amount in Sunbreak. I think it's because the Blast, Aurora one live in the forest area, plus Misune in the black. Oh, you're talking about Misune and shit. Okay. Valstrax is 6-star when everyone else is 7-star. It's literally his game. I'm not gonna lie, Capcom do be doing certain monsters dirty. Capcom has done Velkhana dirty. Capcom has low-key done Shagru specifically dirty. I think they love Gore. Gore has been getting so much love. Shagru Magala, despite being literally the adult of the species, just get them the fuck out of here. Shagru Magala, who? Shagru, who? I feel so bad for both those monsters. I feel so bad for Shagru Magala and Velkhana. Like, seeing Velkhana literally getting its tail grabbed and dragged it, and like Magnum Aloe grabbing Velkhana's tail and dragging it around literally hurts my soul. Seeing Velkhana literally have a reused turf war against Rajang specifically hurts my soul. If he is as strong as for you, Shagru, you will see where I'm coming from when I say he's stronger than Nergigante. I don't think he is. And even then, people say that like Shagru Magala is like either as strong or slightly stronger than Runer. And I'm like, dude, fucking how? I'm like, where are you getting your information from? What the fuck does Shagru Magala literally give you that makes you think that? Against regular Nergigante, it's way better of a matchup, but people legitimately think that, like, it has to be Runer for Shagru. I'm like, how? Almost had antlers in her concept. I low-key kind of, I think I know what concept art you're talking about, Royalty. Oh, no, not Royalty, I'm sorry, Royal. And I kind of like that she just has, like, a big horn with the ice spike. Shagru being weaker than Chaotic. It's actually insane. It literally is. If you want to say that in terms of like fighting, if I would rather fight Shagru or Chaotic, I would much rather fight Shagru, just because Chaotic literally would just kill itself. Chaotic does not care about its life. It's done. it literally cannot become a Shagru Magala. It's over. That thing has nothing left to live for. I do not want to fight that thing. But in terms of like actual power and strength, yeah, Shagru Magala should be stronger, but like it's depicted like Chaotic is stronger. I mean, Chaotic is not even really that much weaker than Shagru, if I'm being honest, but like it's the way they depict it, you know what I'm saying? It's the way that like how they show it. Shaggy is pure aura. No, Shagru Magala is like a pure aura merchant. Shagru Magala is like top 3 in aura monsters. Like monsters who have like the most amount of aura. The other two, I think, it's like the other two is either like Zinogre or Malzeno. Like Malzeno, Zinogre, and Shagru are like top 3 aura farmers. I checked the power scale on Sunbreak the other day. Shagru is 1 tier above Gore, and Chaotic is fucking 3 tiers above Gore. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. He got a huge upscale in Sunbreak. Oh yeah, that aura upscale. You know what? You know what? Scratch what I said before. Shagru does get an upscale in Sunbreak. He gets an upscale in aura. I mean, even when you fight him, the whole like being in the air and floating and like roaring, he does that in the fight too. I think it's like when he enrages. What monsters are the most aura farmers? Oh, don't get me wrong. That's a video I'm making. That's not a video I'm currently making, but it's in the video vault. Oh, three tiers above Gore. I don't know why I read Shagru instead of Gore. Anyways, guys, I think we're all good. I think we're all caught up. And by I think, I mean, like, it's actually technically past the time that we were supposed to be here. Because this stream is 2 hours and 20 minutes. The last stream was 2 hours and either 20 or 30 minutes. So that would be basically, like, just as much time plus the hour. And then both the 2 streams we did in the beginning were both 30 minutes, so that'd be an hour. So we're definitely over the time limit. But it's okay. Because I would rather be over the time limit rather than like having this stream get cut off short. So Elderfrost won? Yes. Okay. Final statement. Final statement. Yes. Say yes or no if you agree. Final statement on like the whole Molten Tigrex versus Elderfrost Gammoth. 6 or maybe even 7 times out of 10, Elderfrost Gammoth would win over Molten Tigrex. However, regardless, Elderfrost Gammoth in all those victories would be heavily damaged. And there are even some case scenarios where Molten Tigrex could win, but more times than not, Elderfrost Gammoth would win against Molten Tigrex. Yes or no? I would never get over his For You cutscene, the atmosphere or something else. Oh yeah, it's so... I really want them to bring back that arena. It was so nice. Fine. Viper might not agree with me. Want to hear a chatted monster name? Chaotic Gormagala stuck in a little most derivative monster possible, not even self-specific move. Yeah, Chaotic Gormagala just is like... Over like what even Chaotic Gormagala is, he gets so shafted. He gets so screwed over. It's so unfortunate. Cough, 6-7able. I think it's more 50-50, but you're not saying anything unreasonable. Yeah, again, if you think Molten Tigrex can win against Elderfrost Gammoth, you're not even wrong. I even agree with you that he could win. But more times than not, again, like 1 out of 10 fights, I would put my money on Elderfrost. My phone intentionally is making me do autocorrect. Yeah, I'm happy with the conclusion. Yes, but I can still agree with 6 or 7 times. Okay. This stream keeps pausing for me, and I know it's just by the chat. Hi, will you ever talk about the stories exclusive? Stories exclusives? What do you mean? Like Monster Hunter stories? like Ultaroth and like those monsters who are story exclusive monsters. Is that what you're talking about? The bosses? Oh, maybe I might. I've technically mentioned them like once in my special pass video, but yeah. They're interesting. I don't disagree that they're not interesting. It's just that I literally don't know anything about them. I haven't even touched stories 1 or 2. So I just don't feel confident on making or talking about them if I don't know anything about them. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's gonna have to do it for this video. Let me check on something, or not this video, but this stream, because I have to keep on working because I'm on a little bit of a time limit. Let me see if anyone's live right now and go to them. Oh my goodness, would you look at this? Look who's live. Dash portion right here. They're live. You guys should definitely go support them. Pretty cool. And by them, I mean Crystal. I don't know why I wasn't saying her name. I don't know what she's doing actually right now. Supermarket Simulator. Oh, is this the game where like it's like Pokemon cards and shit? Oh wait, no, this is Supermarket. Never mind. It just looked like the other ones. Recommend you guys go check her out. I'm gonna be ending stream. I might go in her stream later, just to like check in on her. So you might see me in there. Maybe, maybe not. I am going to be busy for like the next few hours, so maybe, maybe not. But yeah, thank you all guys so much for coming out today. I know we crashed a lot, and if it crashed one more time, we were literally going to be done. We were literally just going to be over. It's going to be so over. But we made it through. We powered through. And honestly, this was really fun. This was a fun discussion, thing to talk about. I didn't know about certain things about both monsters. I didn't know that, like, Molten Tigrex's, like, heart can literally burst when it's in its second enrage mode. I didn't know that Elderfrost had, like, more, like, durable, like, what is it? Not like callus. Like, plating because it's older. I didn't know that. I thought it was basically, like, the same. That's why she used ice to make it more stronger. But I didn't know, like, her plating was actually stronger. I didn't know that. Which is pretty interesting. Learned a lot today. So, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching the stream. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, or the end of the stream, please, for me, Elderfrost, Gammoth, and Molten Tigrex, hit the like and the subscribe button. Your support means a lot to me, and big things are on their way, hunters. Big things are on their ways. Trust me. Trust. See y'all on Monday. Hopefully Monday. Maybe not even Monday. Does Crystal have a YouTube channel? She actually does here. She doesn't really post all that much to it, if I'm being honest, but technically she does have a YouTube channel. Look. It's her right here. Look, I'm already subscribed. No way, I was here. She has more shorts than anything, but even then, it's because of like how she certain situations that she's in right now, she's not posting as much. But she's told me that she does want to start posting more, so you know, there's that. I didn't know her crest wasn't broken by a Tigrex. Very cool. Yeah, that is something that I think is just like a very popular rumor, but it's never confirmed that like it's broken by like a Tigrex. And I personally don't even think it was, just because of like how the piece is like kind of like separating and broken. Doesn't look like a bite mark. Doesn't look like blunt force trauma, like it was caved in. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I most likely will see you on Monday, but maybe not. It's potentially not, but I'll let you know if I don't do a Monday stream. That being said, bye bye. Link it, Spotty. You know what? I'll link Crystal's channel and Twitch into the description. If you really want to know, I'll link it. Yeah, sure. Just refresh your page. Just refresh your I'm gonna put it into the description. Just refresh like the stream page.